Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Farwell, and we're Prevail Innovative Wealth. We're your corporate retirement plan financial advisor. Today, we're going to be going over Voya Financial's demo. Jesse Hernandez is going to be running the demo today, and one of the reasons that Jesse's doing this is Jesse spent over 20 years as the regional vice president at Voya Financial. So no one knows this website and the power of the retirement plan at Voya like Jesse does. Thank you so much for the trust that you've placed in our firm as the financial advisor around your overall plan. And please give a thanks to your employer for making your plan absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Brian. Well, we're excited to be here, and to our viewing audience, thank you for joining us. As Voya's website says, we are working towards a more confident future. So today we want to help you utilize the technology to help determine where you're going and how you're going to get there. And as you can see before you even log in, there's some helpful tips and tools, including the Voya Learn on Demand sessions, which will include things like how to enroll, etc. But once you've registered, you just want to enter your username and your password and go ahead and go into your participant account. Now, the very first page it's going to give you is a data account aggregator. If you want, you can go right to your savings plan, your retirement plan, click it, and jump out of this. But if you're somebody who's got all your PIN codes in a shoebox and you want to aggregate everything, you could potentially do it here. As the Voya data aggregate site shows, typically has this little forest view and then the mountain range and the clouds. So everything under the mountain range is kind of your dollars today. And then when you look at the orange money, it's projecting your income for tomorrow. So let's start with what's on your page. It can give you a snapshot of everything you have at Voya. So you might have a 401k, potentially a cash balance or non-qualified plan or ESOP or HSA. Whatever is there will be showing on this left-hand side. As you drill over, you're going to see a financial wellness summary and quiz. So it's going to automatically use color codes. Green, you're doing great. Yellow's a little warning, and then red is let's work on this one first. And the financial wellness quiz is going to look at things like protection or risk, spending and saving, your emergency savings account, your retirement dollars, your debt, and then what they call other goals. To me, this is the white envelope where you're putting some money aside for a vacation, maybe for something fun, going to the movies and dinner. You can click that. Here's the nice thing. It's typically a very short quiz under each of these pillars or flower pots, and there's no solicitation. You're not going to get a pop-up from Voya asking if you need insurance. So go ahead and take a minute, walk through your financial wellness. As you go down, you're going to see your account, and you're going to have different ways in which you can view your net worth. It's also going to show you all the accounts that you've aggregated, and with a click, how you can link those in real time. If you've got an emergency savings account or just want to take a tour, you can do that as well. When you view your net worth, it's going to give you some additional information, month over month, as well as your spending and budget habits, where the bulk of this person's money is going, where there's the red, the yellow warning, and the green, and how that's built into their spending and budget habits. So you can click that as well. When you go into a summary of these insights, one of the things is that it will bring up your transactions, your net worth, and additional information for you. When you click out of that, you're going to be back into your 401k plan, and you can go right to your account. Remember, this was your dollars today. Now we're going to look at your projected income for tomorrow in relationship to your 401k. The first thing you're going to get is a pop-up. It's going to ask you to confirm your age. It's going to pull over or ask you to put in what you make on an annual basis. And then it's going to ask you how you feel about retirement. And that may seem like a funny question, but the reality is we want to gauge how many people are moving from unsure or confused or worried to a little more optimistic or confident or happy. Because the reality is that your emotions play a big role in your ability to lock into your retirement goals, where you want to go, and how you want to get there. I believe it's Dave Ramsey who says the number one reason for divorce is over money and the emotion around money. So we want to make sure you're optimistic or confident. Once you click that, it's going to show you how you're doing. Now, before we get to kind of this main data point that we want to walk you through on the orange money, let's look at a couple other things. You'll notice that your total amount, your money that you're accumulating, is not really front and center because too many people make decisions based on what their money's doing day to day. And that can put you into a trap of volatility and following the market, jumping in when it's high and getting out when it's low. So it's a little bit minimized. All of these different clicks here are mega menus. And so you're never too far away from getting meaningful information the way that you want it. So you can go into your financial wellness tools, you can go into an education topic library, you can get live on-demand sessions and recorded sessions around information that's meaningful to you. You can also get help at any time, update your profile, etc. You can go into your contribution and savings, investment and research, etc. But the orange money is what we want to really focus on today. And what this does is this actually projects your income or your paycheck in retirement. It's not enough to know how much I'm going to have in retirement. It's more meaningful to think about it the way we do about our dollars today. So when I think about Prevail, I'm not thinking about what I might have in 10, 15, or 20 years that I've made over that time. Really what I'm thinking about is what's my paycheck and what's it cover. And that's how we want you to think about your retirement as well. So you can see in this particular example, this person's orange money, their money that's slated for retirement, has a gap. And so there's some things that you can do with an easy slide ruler to grow that gap. For instance, maybe you're doing 3% and you want to start adding the Roth and trying to see if you can bridge that gap by moving that over a couple percentages. Maybe you want to retire early, and in this case, this individual can't. So we want to keep that at that 67, 68. Maybe today you're utilizing 6%, and it seems in this volatile market, sometimes that's understated and sometimes that's overstated. So maybe looking at a little more aggressive investments with a little more potential for higher return, or maybe you think that's too aggressive and you want something lower or anywhere in between. Once you do that, you can click and make your change now, and that will send that information over to payroll for adjustments. Now here's the other nice thing. This orange money will also let you look at potentially the impact of healthcare. So in this case, you know you have a little bit of a gap at age 65, and we'll just use Kansas where we office out of. Based on that, it's telling me that 12% of my income is potentially slated for healthcare needs at age 65. And that number is going to continue to drive up. So knowing that you have a gap, are you comfortable with that? Now, the other thing that we get asked a lot when we're out doing enrollment meetings is, when can I retire, or when should I start taking Social Security? So you can actually look at that as well. And by clicking the Social Security link, you can start looking at, if I were to retire at age 65 and start taking money out at age 65, how does that impact my orange money? And you can see you've reduced that benefit by $375 approximately per month. So have fun, go in there, click around. You can see that there's also the impact on your orange money if you were to take a loan. If you're a caregiver, maybe you have an adult child at home, or a loved one, a spouse, or maybe a parent that lives with you, you can actually see how that will play into what you're saving, how it will grow, and how it could impact your orange money. Now, a couple of other items to look at as we go down here. You know that this is going to have all the basic, blocking and tackling. You're going to have your current balance, your rate of return. You can change your contributions or manage that contribution history. If you're eligible for catch-up, what that looks like. We can look at your fun fact sheets. You can click any of these and get more information on what you're investing in. You can see how it's allocated by percent to manage that if you're somebody who likes to do it yourself. You can look at your various sources. Maybe you're using a combination of Roth and pre-tax, as well as having company match or profit sharing in there. And then you can look at how this has grown over time. There's some other elements to this, as well as if you are somebody who wants it managed for you, you can do that with an easy click. I want professional money management. And there's also a video link here that will walk you through a customized example of where you're at and what your orange money looks like today. We won't run it just because it doesn't play over as well on the clickable link. But with that, that gives you a general idea of some of the key components, the cool things you can do on your participant site. Keep in mind, this also works on the mobile app. It's not just a shrunk browser, it is a true app, and it will give you 95% of what you've seen here today, including the ability to do transactions, look at your orange money, etc. We at Prevail hope that this walkthrough has been helpful to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit us up at the links below. And we welcome you and are excited to partner with you on your retirement journey. With that, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.